Who let the cats out? Man, Mountain Link. Who let the cats out?
The one, the only, the Man Mountain Link.
Hello everybody, it's Jim again, here at Man Mountain Metals, trying to make us $1 off GovDeals. It's a hard dime to turn sometimes. GovDeals be like old person sex. It takes a long time, and there's no guarantee of a satisfactory ending. So, let's get into it and see if we can't find something to resell, we hope. These GovDeal searches, you're not guaranteed to find anything, but you gotta keep after it. You gotta pull old Andy Dufresne, and you gotta make your way to freedom.
Andy crawled to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness I can't even imagine. Or maybe I just don't want to. 500 yards. That's the length of 5 football fields. Just shy of half a mile. Andy Dufresne, who crawled through a river of shit and came out clean on the other side.
Alright, let's try this again. Alright, we're on the classic search here at GovDeals. This is not the one I'm actually looking for. I'm looking for location search. Is this stupid thing even moving? Yes, it is. Alright, I'm going to enter my zip code and a 100-mile radius of that zip code and see how many auctions it pulls up. 39 locations found within 100 miles of 38340. View all auctions. Excuse me. Well, I see our buddies up in Jackson, Tennessee have new listings up. I guess we got to see what they have. They're the closest one to us. I used to make money from these people, but it's been a while. They've been on a shoe kick here lately. And it looks like they're still on it. Pair of size 12s, $155, 23 bids. Oh my God, $100, $67. Here's a pair of eggplant, size 12. Current bid's $100. Let's go over to eBay and see what the big deal is on these shoes. Well, here's a pair for $43. Hell, here's a pair for $19. I did scroll further down the page later, and there were several going for in the 100, 150, but they seem to be going retail. So here's a pair for 107. Here's a pair for 150. Here's a pair for 75. Here's a pair for 80. There's all kinds of prices on them. I just don't see paying 100 and then trying to sell them. It's not for me. Thank you very much. Moving right along. They don't even look new. They do not look new. Look at that. That's not new. They're advertised as new, but they're not new. Look at that. You can tell those have been worn. First off, new shoes don't come laced up like that. one hopes that eventually I'll get off this page and move along to something else. Look, here's a TV and a Toshiba laptop. Miscellaneous audio and visual cables with a $5 bid. And it turns out it's literally just the 6 pieces here, and they're like HDMI cables. I know they got a sucker price of $30 on them, but if you went to buy these, here's some Belkin, Alpha Line. You can get them from China for little or nothing. They ended up selling for $9. Okay, back to the state of Tennessee. They have one item. I hate going one items. You always want to get 3 or 4 items at a stop. Make your trip worth it. Blank signs, Jackson, Tennessee. $10 bid. Well, that looks interesting. Look at the picture here. I want you to notice the picture because it changes. But right now you see a picture of what looks like stop signs. And condition unknown, reported as unused, obsolete, no longer meets standard for highway use. Surplus personnel do not inspect property. Buyer is responsible for all loading and hauling requirements. And it's in Jackson, so it's not very far away. There are currently no questions posted for this asset. $10 bid. Looks like a whole stack of them. But it just says blank sign, so you might go up there and they give you one sign. So, put this on the bid watch list. I want to keep my eye on this one. I clicked on view seller's other assets to see if they had anything else near me for sale. But it seems that everything they had is in Nashville or Knoxville. And I do not want to drive to Nashville. So moving right along, looking for something that's got a lot listed. And Martin's pretty close. I've been to Martin several times. We've been to Martin together, as a matter of fact. Oh, the golf cart, $2,000. It's out of my price range already. Microfilm cabinets. Microfilm cabinets. Oh, Lord. A lot of chairs, a reception desk, a study corral, one of those great big printers, another great big printer, a storage cabinet, and 2 tables. Well, that ain't much of nothing, is it? They do have 2 big lots of computers, but man, I don't know jack squat about computers. Other than that, it's a bunch of microfilm cabinets, looks like. You can't even tell how big it is. This is the worst picture ever. Look at this. Click to enlarge. I bet you it gets like a centimeter bigger if you clicked it. But yeah, one picture of a microfilm cabinet. Can't tell how big the drawers are. Nothing. Not that I need a microfilm cabinet, you understand. It's just, that's what we're looking at right this second. So, doesn't seem to be anything at Martin for me. So, we need to back out of this and get back onto the page with the auctions. Alright, what do we got? Where are we going? We're getting down into Kentucky, Alabama territory now. Columbia, Tennessee is all the way on the other side of the state. I've been once. Picked up a lot of stuff. Made good money off of it. Wouldn't really want to do it again. It was an all-day trip. Alright, we're checking for the stuff up in Hollandwall, Tennessee. Elephant Sanctuary, Hollandwall. They got 3 Falsey robots with 2 controllers. $510 bid. Just watched a YouTube video where a guy bought one of those. He paid just about that much for one working, guaranteed to work. And he got his at $500, so $510. Now this would be a steal. There's 2 of these. 2 of these 22-inch injection molding machines. Well, it doesn't say 22-inch. It says 22S. But the bid's $52 for 2 of them. But my God, they're huge. Condition unknown. You could sell parts off of it and make your money back. Yeah, you'd need a whole warehouse just for storage. Forklifts to move it. Flatbed trailers. Stuff I don't have. So this is a bunch of big stuff that just does not fit into the agenda. Let's see what else we got. University of Tennessee, Memphis. My good friend Carlton. See, the guy before Carlton, we were buddies. He had a taste for corn liquor, and he used to check out every item that came in. He'd test it. He could tell you what was wrong with it, if anything was wrong with it, when it was serviced. Carlton, he's Carlton. You see, he has a listing. He has used words. This is his only picture, and you can't read the boxes from that angle. But I did look this up. I don't know if I did it in this video clip or not, but they're tens units. They're 108 used Neurotech tens units, and each, like the controller's one piece, and the wires are one piece, and the pads that stick to your knee or your back or your hip or your thigh or whatever, they're all a separate piece. So they're all different prices. We're going back to eBay, and we're going to do a search for this Neurotech, because at this present moment I do not know what it is, but I just now figured it out. It's a Neurotech Avatens unit, and they're going for all kinds of prices. I saw one down to 15. There's some that are pre-owned, but that's the electrodes. This is the electrodes. This one's parts only. This one's the supply cord. This one's the control unit. This one apparently goes on your butt. Yep, a whole bunch of stuff. It is a good price. It's I think it sold for $125. I didn't keep track of it. I had my eye on it, but I just don't want to drive in Memphis. I've been up here to pick up stuff before, and they have moved it, right? The surplus building is now on a different part of campus, not the one I've been going to repeatedly. So I just don't want to drive in Memphis. Memphis is as bad as Atlanta. It's this white knuckle, teeth gritted all the way. And I'm looking at these prices, man. I'm seeing 160, 180, but then I see 25 and 40 and 33 for 2 of them. And I'm not sold. It's not making me want to drive to Memphis, I guess is what I'm saying. But the prices are just everywhere, literally everywhere.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird, bird, bird. Bird is a winner. Well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a winner. Well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner.
Okay, we're on GovDeals. It's 5 or 6 days later, and we've kind of looked at some of this stuff a little bit, and want to look at it a little bit more, make a decision. This neurotech stuff. This is a bunch of TENS units. This is the stuff's been out since the 70s. I know about. It's basically, it shocks you, and your muscles convulse. Right? They've been trying to sell that as some kind of miracle cure for everything for a while now. I can't believe the University of Memphis sports department bought into it in such a big way, because it appears to me that they bought all this stuff to be used by the athletes. They tried it, said this is ridiculous, this doesn't work, this is basic garbage, and so it was made surplus. Because obviously if it was effective, they would have kept it. And the fact that they still had the boxes to put it back in proves that it didn't take long to be proved ineffective. Of course, none of that's neither here nor there. Our question is whether we can buy it and sell it for a profit. It only has the first bid on it. Basically, what you're going to hear from me is a list of excuses of why I don't want to go to Memphis. One of them is that they've changed the address. The asset location has been changed. I knew how to get to the other place. I do not like driving in Memphis. Memphis, Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga, the big cities, I avoid them if at all possible. Sometimes it's not, but yeah, I go where the deals are. But if there's a deal here and a deal there, and there's in a big city and here is not, I'll go here first, right? You understand how that is. Okay, it's a hard one to pass up, but they are used. And this is stuff that like is placed against your skin, right? It has contacts and stuff. Looks pretty light too. Anyway, like I really don't want it. I hate to pay $108 for $135 plus tax plus driving to Memphis. I don't know. I need to leave it alone. Let's see if they got anything else up for sale that makes me tempted. If you can buy 2 or 3 items. No, we ain't going to be buying 2 or 3 items. Don't need a glass cabinet or a vibration isolation table. So just the one. A bunch of used too. Alright. I guess I'm going to let it go, man. I hate to let it go, because it seems that you could make your money back selling for the controllers. But then, yeah. It's decisions, man. It's decisions. You got to make that decision whether or not you want that stuff, whether it's worth the money, if the profit's good enough to make it worth your time, or worth the risk. Drive up into Memphis and get turned into street pizza fairly quick. There's some rough spots in that town, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, let's check out this. This is a little bit odder. It's 244 blank signs. And just what they are, they're blank. They're just the aluminum part. They're not, they don't say stop on them or anything. They don't say yield or anything. It's just the aluminum part. Currently $102. And the question is, how many are there? And it says approximately 244. Well, you can look at that stack there and tell there's a good many of them. I looked up stop signs. What's the average weight of a stop sign? And turns out stop signs comes in a variety of sizes. Who knew, right? But they have a 24, a 30, a 36, and a 48-inch stop sign. And I remember that the 24-inch weighed 4 pounds. And I don't remember if the big one weighed 6 or 8 pounds, but I do remember the small 24-inch one weighed 4 pounds. So 244 signs at an average of 4 pounds apiece would give you, what, about 800 pounds of aluminum. And I did call and see what the going price of aluminum is, and it's 50 cents a pound. So if it's 800 pounds of aluminum at 50 cents a pound, we're looking at $400. Current bid's $102, but it still has 23 hours and 35 cents. Still got 23 hours and 35 minutes remaining. So what I'm going to do is set me a timer on my phone that will go off 23 hours and 25 minutes from now. It'll give me time to come in here and get situated and see what the bid is on these, and if it's reasonable, I'm gonna go ahead and bid on these, and then go move almost a ton of aluminum scrap by hand. Well, half ton, 1,000 pounds. Anyway, get back with you in 23 hours. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. I had decided not to buy this when it was at $260. The best I can tell by my back of envelope calculations, it's approximately $400 worth of aluminum. It might be a little more, it might be a little less. I don't think I'm off by, like a factor of 5 or anything. So I don't understand why it's already up to $450. But obviously someone just ruined my video, since I won't be buying anything in this video. I did not bid on the stuff in Memphis because it was in Memphis, and just the thought of driving in Memphis again gave me a headache. And I'm not going to buy this because it's incredibly overpriced for what it is. But I thought it might be entertaining to continually refresh it and see what it ends at. It's got 5 minutes left and is sitting at $450. Now that $450 will be closer to $500 by the time the fees are paid, because GovDeals gets a significant chunk, and then there's a high Tennessee sales tax also. Tennessee doesn't have an income tax, so their sales tax is outrageous compared to some other states, hovering on the range of 9-10%. So anyway, we will be back with you with this. Has about a minute to go. Don't want to make you sit through all of this. It looks like HM and SS are having a heated battle. They're the last two swinging. And HM come in at 260, which was about where I decided that there's not enough meat left on the bone to drive to the other side of Jackson, move half a ton of scrap metal, take it all the way to the other side of Selma or sell it, and then come all the way back home. Waste a day, burn a tank of gas, and maybe make $100 and a backache. Anyway, let's refresh this again. Close this window, hit refresh. But it's got a soft close too, so any bids in the last 2 or 3 minutes will add another 5 minutes to the clock. But we are still sitting at $450, which is, it wouldn't surprise me if it ended there, but it surprised me that it got this far, so it wouldn't surprise me if it went further either. So let's wait another minute and 23 seconds and check it again. Yeah, it looks like that was it, unless we see some outrageous last second bidding. Looks like HM's going to take it home for $450 plus associated fees. Good for him, I guess. I hope he has a way to sell and make some money. 'Cause I definitely could not do it at that price. 19 seconds to go. One second to go. Closing in progress. So $450 is what 200 and what was it 244 street signs is worth. So was that roughly $2 a piece, something along in there? Alright, it's been fun. It's been real, but it ain't been real fun. Hopefully next time we find something worth buying. Until then, it's Man Mountain Link, over and out.
Who let the cats out? Man Mountain Link. Who let the cats out?
The one, the only, the Man Mountain Link.